Hello everybody, welcome to this Makeup in Astrology series. Today we're tackling Venus in Sagittarius, and as you can see, everything is bold and adventurous, just like the Sagittarius archetype. I genuinely cannot wait for you guys to get into this video because I feel so confident in this makeup look, and I know that a lot of you guys will as well. And the thing is, with this video as a whole, you're not just gonna learn how to do this makeup and how to achieve it, but you're also gonna learn more makeup tips, the color palette for Sagittarius Venus, the best makeup techniques that are suited specifically for Sagittarius Venus. This way you can let your creativity run wild and create as many looks as you want. And you can also adapt them to your personal style. Now, if you really want to take things up a notch and you also want to learn how to dress according to your Venus sign, specifically Venus in Sagittarius, I actually made a long article with the different outfits that you can choose from, accessories, where you should tattoo yourself or pierce yourself. I included even more makeup looks. In this Patreon article, I also explained why certain fabrics, clothing pieces, colors, and makeup looks are associated with the Sagittarius archetype. Because when you go to my Patreon, you're just not looking at the pretty things, you're also learning the why of things, which is what matters most to me as an astrologer and as somebody who teaches and loves astrology. So if you really want to elevate your look and glow up for the summer season, girl, my Patreon is waiting for you. So without further ado, let's get into this makeup tutorial. There are 3 guidelines that you need to keep in mind if you're doing your makeup and you have a Sagittarius Venus. First and foremost is that your style, the energy that you exude, should be bold, expressive, adventurous, and fearless. This is because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter represents the principle of enlargement. Jupiter expands. You want to go big whenever you're dressing, whenever you're doing your makeup, but today we are tackling the makeup part, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna leave all of the products that I'm using in the description below, and now I'm gonna start with the base. For your base, you want to make sure that you use a dewy primer or a dewy foundation. Your base needs to glow. So I recommend that you use products with light reflecting particles in them or an illuminating setting spray. Today I'm gonna start with my usual redness corrector primer because I'm struggling out here. Let's talk a little bit about Sagittarius Venus and the kind of makeup that you should do. You want something big.
I want something that says I'm here.
Beyonce. You want to go for something that's eye-catching if that's what you're into, but Sagittarius is the party girl. Sagittarius loves to have fun, so don't be afraid to play around with colors, with your makeup. Experiment. That's the whole thing. Jupiter, the ruling planet of Sagittarius, wants to explore, so whenever you're doing that with your makeup, you are on the right path to become the most attractive version of yourself. If you have problematic skin like me, I always recommend concealing under your makeup, and you're just gonna put it in the problem areas, because if you're trying to achieve a glowy base, I think this is one of the best ways for you to do so, because you're covering up any redness, anything that is not gonna contribute to you having that glowy goddess kind of look. We're gonna fake it until we make it. Then after you deposit your product, go in with a beauty blender so that you can remove the excess, and then boom, you go in with the glowy foundation. So like I was saying before, when it comes to Sagittarius makeup, you want to go big, so you want to make sure that one of the focal points on your face is either the lips or the eyes. Now we're going in with the foundation. It's going to be a glowy one, a dewy one, and if you don't want to use foundation, you could also use a skin tint. It's really a matter of personal preference. Make sure that it gives you that lit from within complexion. But if you really think about it, because Jupiter is about going big with everything, if you enjoy full coverage makeup, use a full coverage foundation if that's your thing. But if it isn't, go for a glowy look. I should blend it on my ears as well, but girl, do I look like I blend foundation on my ears? Going back in with a beauty blender to make my skin look more like skin. My job is not done here. More concealer. I'm gonna go for the glowy full coverage look. I feel like that's pretty fair for Sagittarius Venus. Now, I'm gonna color correct under my eyes. I really want that bright under eye since I'm going for the full coverage look. Personally, I'm gonna go big, but you can adapt this to your personal style of makeup. Now going in with another layer of concealer. This one is gonna help cover anything that I missed previously, and then I'm gonna go in with the very light concealer. I'm gonna put this here. Yes. For Sagittarius Venus, you also want to consider travel-friendly makeup or multi-use products or makeup kits or travel-sized products. Anything that's travel related is connected to the Jupiter and Sagittarius archetype, so this is where I'm drawing this connection. Plus, it's super easy if you're on the go, which you could be if you have a lot of Sagittarius energy in your chart. It's gonna help you keep your glam intact even if you're not at home or you don't have all of your makeup available. Before we get into the makeup look, I'm gonna bake under my eyes so that any fallout from the eyeshadow is gonna be picked up by the powder over here and I don't end up with muddy makeup. I'm gonna set my face and then bake under my eyes, and we're gonna get into the eye look. I'm gonna use two setting powders, one that's translucent to highlight my face, and then another one that's just my skin tone all over my face. I don't want the pressed powder to take away from the highlight that I just put on my face with the concealer and all of the work that I just did. I'm not gonna put too much powder on because I still want that glowy look to be there. I'm just gonna put enough on so that whenever I go in with blush and with contour, my makeup doesn't end up depositing on one place where it's kind of wet and it's not set. I don't know, it's kind of gross. So as you can see, I'm applying the powder to the perimeters of my face, and I'm using a very dense brush because I found out that if I use this kind of brush, it's not gonna move my makeup underneath. I don't know what the science behind it is, but it somehow kind of works. Now I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush and go in with the translucent powder. As you can see, it's white. Okay, I'm gonna bake right now. I'm not gonna do too much because I don't want my under eyes to look like the Sahara Desert. Now, for the eyes, with Sagittarius Venus, you want to go for warm tones if it suits your skin tone. The colors that are associated with Sagittarius Venus are warm colors, so I think that's what I'm gonna go for today for the eyes. But you could also opt for bold, regal colors like royal blue or royal purple, emerald, turquoise, or even bronze, and I think I'm gonna go for a bronzy kind of eye, and then I'm gonna go big on the lips. So even if you were to switch it up and go for a nude lip and then graphic eyeliner or metallic shades, that's right up Sagittarius Venus's alley. Something that I envision for Sagittarius Venus is turquoise on the eyes, blended in with a little transition shade, and then nude lips or ombre lips or even lip art. Lip art is something that resonates with the energy of Sagittarius Venus because it allows you to be experimental, to try something new, to be bold, and to be creative. Something that I've recently seen is cheetah print on the lips, and I just couldn't help but think of Sagittarius Venus. So if that's something that you're into, if you're somebody who's creative, girl, that would suit you. Like, that would be really cool for a night out. Now, what I'm gonna do is go in with a transition shade. I'm gonna use warm browns for this look, but if warm shades don't really suit you, I think you would benefit from going for colors that actually complement you and maybe experimenting with the metallics. The thing with Sagittarius Venus is that you have to mix and match. Sagittarius and Jupiter represent that kind of experimental energy. And what I mean here is using a unique blend of colors that people wouldn't think go together, but that actually do. So maybe something along the lines of yellow and purple, which are actually complementary colors, or blue and black, making these colors work. Some examples of bold eye makeup can be graphic eyeliner, so drawing sharp and geometric shapes onto your eyes, like double lines or floating lines above the crease or dramatic winged tips. You could also go for a smoky eye with intense and dark shadows, blend it out to create that smoky effect. You can go for gray or deep colors like navy or burgundy. You could also go for colorful eyeshadows like bright, vivid colors like electric blue or neon green or hot pink, and you can use it as a single shade or you can blend it into a gradient. You could also add glitter, so glitter eyes, like sparkly glitter infused eyeshadow all over the lid, or you can be a little bit more subtle if you don't want that dramatic effect. Even a cut crease falls under this category, with a sharp defined crease with contrasting colors, with glitter on the lid or with a bold color on the lid. If you're feeling more adventurous, you could also use a neon neon eyeliner. It can work well with a minimal base makeup or as a pop of color. You could use it to create striking lines on your eyes or patterns. If you want to experiment with something simple, maybe try a bold monochrome look all over the eye using one color on the entire eyelid up to the brow bone and then blending it out. Maybe purple or yellow, which are associated with Sagittarius. Then of course metallic eyeshadow, shiny eyeshadows, metallic hues, bronze. If you're going to a festival or you're really skilled at makeup or you want to try something new, try blending multiple colors to create this rainbow eye look. You can apply different shades in a gradient or in a rainbow pattern, or something that's suitable for every day, maybe winged eyeliner with a little bit of a twist, adding dots or stars or different lines. This way you can incorporate the boldness of Sagittarius in a subtle way. Now I'm gonna go in with brown eyeliner. I feel like black would be too overpowering, especially because I'm not focusing on the eyes right now, so brown eyeliner it is. So I'm gonna tight line and I'm gonna smoke it out. I'm gonna smoke out my upper lash line, my lower lash line, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of inner corner razzle dazzle. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna blend out the main transition shade, the warm one, to connect everything because we want to make sure that we have a cohesive look. Plus, that's also gonna help us blend out the brown eyeliner. Is gonna help us smoke it out. This is what long and sharp nails are for. When I tell you I thought of everybody and everything for this Sagittarius Venus video, like if you're somebody who's not into makeup like that, who's not really skilled at makeup, or who can't be bothered to spend hours and hours on end on doing their makeup, it's just not practical for you, go for colored mascaras. Navy blue, burgundy, purple, green mascara. And you want to choose a color that complements your eye color. If you have orangey tones or red tones in your eyes, go for green mascara or blue mascara. If you have blue eyes or green eyes, go for burgundy mascara. These colors are really gonna make your eyes pop. Personally, I think that having the whole entire eye covered in blue mascara can be a little bit obnoxious, so maybe try putting it on your lower lashes only, paired with the same color eyeliner. Or put black and brown mascara on the entire length of your lash and then the colored mascara on the tip of your lashes. This way you have the pop of color, but it's not obnoxious and it's wearable. It's gonna actually complement the shape of your eyes and it will allow you to tap into that Sagittarius Venus archetype. Now I'm gonna go in with mascara and then I'm gonna apply fake lashes, and I'm gonna go for a half lash. This is the kind of lash that I'm going for. It's a half lash, it's wispy, it's kind of sexy. I hope it looks good with this eye look, but I'm pretty sure it will. I've never tried these lashes before, as you can see, so I'm unpacking them with you. Ooh. This is one of the hardest things ever.
She was a fairy.
For some reason, my camera stopped working and I couldn't get me doing my base and my brows, so let me update you as far as what I did. So for brows, for Sagittarius Venus, you want to go for a bold brow, and here I used brown eyeshadow to map out the shape of my eyebrow, and then I went in with eyebrow pomade to refine the look of my brows and just make sure that everything is sharp and bold. Then I went in with bronzer and contour as per usual, nothing special, and then for blush I used a peachy tone, something that looks like this. If you have a Sag Venus, you could also opt for the sunset blush look that's really trendy right now, or just a peachy blush, or if you have a more cool toned skin, you can go for a pink that has just a hint a hint of peach or warm tones like I did. And as you can see, this is still pink for me, but it has a little bit of orange, like you could see it and then you can't. So now I'm gonna go in with nose contour. I want to try something new, and I'm gonna go in with a lip pencil. Actually, it's very cool toned, and I'm gonna map out the shape of where I want to contour my nose. We're experimenting with new makeup techniques, and I recommend that you do that for yourself as well to improve and enhance your magnetism, because when you're learning about makeup, when you're improving your makeup techniques, when you tap into that Jupiterian principle of expanding your knowledge, that is when you are at your most attractive and magnetic. So let's try something new for Sag Venus. I'm just gonna map out the shape of where I want my nose contour to be. Let me blend this out just to see how it looks. Honestly, if I keep blending this out, I feel like it's gonna look really good. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be harder to blend. Hey, but why is this kind of eating? Maybe it's starting to work. Girl, I went through the whole 5 stages of grief to get this nose contour to look right, so I hope this technique works for you, but it definitely didn't work for me, okay? It almost made me want to take off all the makeup and go to bed, but we pushed through it. We got it. I think things are looking a little bit better. It was just the process, the learning curve. Girl, what kind of learning curve? That just looked like of understanding how to use this brand new technique, but I think I'm not going to use it ever again, or at least if I'm going to use it, it's going to have to be with a different lip liner. I thought this was going to be more cool toned, but that's the thing. This is a process of trial and error with Sagittarius Venus and with Jupiter, and I'm happy this is happening in real time and that you're seeing the true essence of the archetype of Sagittarius as a whole. Now that we're done with the nose contour, I'm going to start working on the lips, and for the lips, I'm gonna do ombre lips. I want to do an ombre red lip. Sagittarius is a fire sign after all, so you want to make sure that you embody that fire through fiery colors and warm tones. But another thing is that Jupiter is associated with the color purple, so if you're into purple lips or purple eyeshadow, that's another color to take into consideration. Now for this step, you want to grab a dark lip liner. This is a very dark brown and it needs to be sharpened, of course. And then you also want to grab a lip brush. For lips, when it comes to Venus and Sagittarius, we want to focus on techniques that stand out, that make a statement, and that are bold. So first place, I would say vibrant red lip. It just wins it all. Red lips are a classic symbol of confidence, of passion, which resonates quite well with Sagittarius energy, who's a fire sign that's bold and fearless. This is the technique that I'm using in this video, as well as ombre lips. With ombre lips, you can mix different colors, so you can push boundaries of what is possible with makeup. And this makeup technique also mirrors that Sagittarius desire for variety, for experimentation. Metallic or frosty lips could also be a good choice because these are eye-catching kind of colors that stand out and also make a statement. Purple lips too, because purple is a highly spiritual color connected to Jupiter and Sagittarius. But the fun part is that you could do a two-toned lip where you're using different colors on the top and bottom lip. This approach is super creative because you could use a darker nude lip liner on the top lip and a lighter nude lip liner on the bottom. Or you could also mix colors using a lot of gloss. Highly glossy lips that are super shiny and reflective can also add that touch of glamour. It can leave that lasting impression because your lips look so juicy and they attract so much attention. Super bold. Or neon lips. Neon lips may not be super wearable for every day, but if you're doing a photo shoot, a video, or a night out, bright and bold colors can make a confident, a strong statement. You have to remember that Sagittarius is about pushing the boundaries of what is possible, and that's what we're doing with makeup. Some of these techniques could be more wearable than others, or you could adapt specific techniques to make them more wearable, like glitter lips, for example. Super attention grabbing, very much so exuberant like Sagittarius. I love the lips. And now a little trick: if you don't want the red lipstick to get on your teeth, grab your index finger, put it in your mouth, and then take it out like that. Boom. Here's all of the excess product that is not going to get on our teeth. I almost forgot, we still need to add the little inner corner highlight and the highlight on the face, obviously.
Sagittarius is one of the best Venus signs when it comes to exploring different makeup techniques, especially because this archetype, along with the Jupiter archetype, is resonant with exploring and embracing different cultures, traveling, expanding your mind and your horizons. So you could use makeup techniques from around the world. Think about Korean gradient lips or Japanese agari makeup. This is also known as the hangover makeup, with this flushed look with blush applied under the eyes, dewy skin, natural looking eye makeup. Using kajal could be another technique that you implement in your makeup. Lining your eyes both on the waterline and along the lashes, creating this dramatic and intense look. Or going for that Brazilian sun-kissed glow and only using highlight and contour to enhance your facial features. Or if we really want to go international, even Italian glamour. Italian makeup looks are usually polished, the eyes are defined, the lips are bold, the skin is flawless, and the technique overall enhances elegance. It prioritizes sophistication.
Okay, y'all, and as you can see, the details here are coming together. I put on these gold earrings because I feel like they resonate with fire energy the best. And yellow is another color that you want to make sure that you use with Venus and Sagittarius because it's associated with optimism. This is a color that is psychologically tied to feelings of happiness, and optimism is something that Jupiter rules, and Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. I think you know where I'm going with this. This is the finished look. I'm really feeling it. I really love how all of this came out for Sagittarius Venus, and I also hope that you enjoyed watching this video and that you will start implementing these tips into your makeup. And feel free to update me in the comment section of this video. Let me know how it went for you. Let me know how you felt, if you felt more confident, if you got more compliments. I would love to hear your feedback and anything that's on your mind. And with that being said, also make sure to let me know which Venus sign you want to see next. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.